Welcome back, everyone. It's Brachiosaurus here with another episode in my Denmark Let's Play of Europa Universalis 5. If you recall, we just finished up a war in Norway. Our levies are still all gathered there. We'll send them on home to our newly acquired land so we can disband them safely. We were motivated by a thirst for resources. Denmark itself being fairly poor in resources, with a lot of wheat, a lot of food, excellent to have, but not much to build with, not much iron or lumber or wool or things like that we can upgrade in our cities into more advanced products. And especially noticing that our capital expansion project, where we grew Copenhagen into a proper city, was requiring lumber, and that the lumber had a high price. We embarked on a campaign to take over Oslo, take over the Norwegian market, and destroy it. So you'll see that there is no Oslo market anymore, and all of Norway is falling into the Copenhagen market, which we control. And that means that all of the lumber here in this belt in Norway, along with their wool, their silver, their stone, and of course their fish and marble and other things. So they've got a good range of resources, but all of that is now available to our towns and our cities in Copenhagen proper, in our market at large, I should say. And I think I had thought that doing the same to Sweden and destroying the Stockholm market would be a good move. But honestly, it looks pretty good nestled in there. I'm pretty happy with this market diagram, having Copenhagen with Norway together. Gives us a good mix. And then I think Stockholm over here is just fine. And it will be big enough to push off the influence of Riga and Krakow and anything else. I'm wondering if we might see a Danzig market pop up in here sometime. Might make sense. Anyhow, we do have some vassals to create, or fiefdoms, I should say. I'm creating fiefdoms up here. Not manage subjects, but create custom subjects. We'll create a fiefdom here. We will create a fiefdom up here. We have another province, another 2 provinces here. Well, I guess we have 3 because we have the town of Bragernes, which is just across the border. So we'll create all of them into fiefdoms so that we don't have to core them up. I suppose I should have maybe held on a little bit longer. My regular army is back. We'll send them back over to the capital region, to the old capital of Roskilde. And we've got our profits are way up to plus 50. We're making money at a brisk pace here all of a sudden. Things are really coming together. Oh, let's get our ships back too. Have they been hurt at all? Not really. Let's turn off the food gathering. And send them back to port to get some food. They'll get loaded up. We'll pause again. And then we'll go patrol the seas in the Danish Sea. The whole Danish Sea. That'll get them out there and get some maritime presence going for us. We do have 2,000 manpower and a lot of money. So I'd like to expand my army. I think it was pretty effective, so I think we'll do the same thing with 2 cavalry, 2 cannons, and then I'm going to say 2 infantry and 1 crossbow. And I kind of want that to be the template, if that makes sense. We'll give another infantry over there. And what did I do? Crossbow, 2 cavalry, and then 2 cannons. Cannons are expensive. What can we do about cannons? Oh, well, the cannon maker is so not profitable. We do have 1. That's fine. How about the gunsmith? He's not very profitable either. How about what buildings are profitable? We have a lack of paper. Well, let's get more paper makers in the capital. Always good to have. We can just build them straight in the capital, can't we? Well, we can build one more burger building. And what else? Cloth, as always. We'll build a spinner's guild. Lubeck has the wool resource locally. I should really be focusing there. We'll build 2. Are they're still employing. Our bog smelter there has finished. So we'll build another bog smelter, and that's about it for the money. So we'll unpause and let it roll. I should improve relations with Sweden, and I should improve relations with Norway too once that becomes an option. Our research is done, more cultural tradition and influence. The influence is especially great. Influence is what helps us convert other pops to our cultures. Speaking of conversions, let's check the cultural map, and we see that our vassals are finally doing some conversions in their province. We're getting 12% Danes, 49% Danes in the capital. Getting a lot of conversion going on, so that's great. Once that's more converted, we'll be able to think about annexing them. Our other vassal doing a little bit, getting a good amount in the capital at Kalmar, and then slowly working on the other provinces, so that's good. And then over here in Skara, yeah, it looks like maybe, maybe not. We're getting some conversion. Not an enormous amount, though. He might not be doing the convert action. A sale of titles. Our advisors have suggested selling off titles of the nobility to anyone who can afford to pay. It could bring in lots of money and open a way for social advancement for the rich if we do, but it would devalue the entire idea of the nobility and perhaps upset the existing aristocrats. I think, how much money is it? It's 300. It's not bad, but that's only a few months worth of money. I think I'm making enough money, and I'd like to keep the nobility kind of on my side. Let's go to our levy screen, disband all levies, get back into a kind of peacetime swing of things, and we'll get all my little armies drilling. What else can I do? I can build all kinds of good things, can't I? I can build some wharves for more sailors, which we're in. Oh, we've got quite a supply building up. I need armories. I do not have enough manpower to do this big of an expansion of the military. Glory for the Astridson House. Well, we won a big war. That's certainly glorious. We're maxed out on legitimacy. I can cut my expenses there a little bit. Just keep it topped off. Something like that. That'll be good. Our minting is balanced. We've got decent satisfaction. Max tax on the burghers and the commoners. Diplomacy rejected. We rejected an offer to improve cultural opinion from Bohemia. Sorry, Bohemia, I did not see that. Bohemia won their war against Thuringia and are just expanding out into Germany wildly. They're going to be difficult to deal with. They already are pretty difficult to deal with 800 base and a ton of troops. Look at this army, a lot more than I can even think about. Alright, let's bring the army of Denmark together. Let's merge. Let's make sure they're drilling. I think that's drilling. They look like they're doing stuff. Look at that army. We got knights, we got proper infantry with armor. None of those peasants with sticks. We got cannons on the field. Love to see it. And of course our formation is completely messed up. I really don't like this formation editor. Hurtful trade policies. The interests of prominent merchant households are being hurt by repressive trade policies towards other countries. The burghers support these families and have petitioned us to compensate them by at last easing the restrictions. We will grant trade monopolies. I would lose trade capacity? Surely you're crazy. That's not happening. Let's go back. Let's just try auto balance. And let's see what that did. We got 2 infantry, a crossbow, 2 heavy cavalry. Did this work? Did this really balance it? No, because this one has 3 heavy cavalry, 4 heavy cavalry, 2 men-at-arms, so they have no crossbows. So we need to send a heavy cavalry and a men-at-arms to the left. And a men-at-arms. Yes, and we need to get from the left. They have too many crossbows and too many cannons. 2 crossbows, which is 1 too many, and 3 cannons, which is 1 too many. So this is a cannon. We'll send him to the middle. Disorder. 12 stability. Ouch. And we need to fish out a crossbowman. Luckily, he's on top. He looks like an infantry, though, doesn't he? And he's given the infantry type. He just has different stats. So that is a crossbow. We'll send him to the middle. Now everything's good. We'll give them control group 1. We get our Danish free legitimacy. Oh, did Norway build a new market? That's unacceptable. Just got a pop-up that they're building a market. Can't let that happen. We need that lumber. Hopefully it's far away. Increased naval. That's what we want, I think, for the development. None of the rest of this is particularly interesting. We get decent support off the bat. Tax exemption for the burghers. We could afford it. Serfdom movement. We're kind of around our max. Plus 0.25 is a max of 25, so we're just barely over it. Maybe we should put an advisor on free subjects at some point. Members in scandal. Well, we'll take the hit there so that we don't. Bergen, that's where their market is. Okay, we still get some of it. We still get some of Norway's stuff. So we'll keep it. Ask to improve cultural opinion. Yeah, sure. The Czechs and the Danes, classic allies. Our cultures are becoming closer. It makes sense. I'm not too worried about Bohemia attacking me and taking over my land and converting my people or anything like that. Trying to accept my culture. They're pretty far away, and they're our allies. Communal values. What do we have? We are towards communalism. We'll go more towards communalism. Will that get us there? No, it won't. New monastery. New monastery. Oh, we just barely made it. I should have paused. Currently 66 towards naval. Lovely. Now let's have a look at our control map mode. Looking pretty decent. A lot of green everywhere. Like to see that. Looking at our procs. Also pretty green across the board. And then our maritime presence. Oh, we do have some provinces up near 100 in our core region. Our fleet is strong and is pushing our control pretty effectively. Coming of age, Irene Pelagios, our ruler's granddaughter. Father and our daughter. I don't remember him, but you know. Let's see if we can marry her to anyone useful. Oh, the Afskara. Who has the most ability? The captain. He has great stats, but I feel weird about the age difference. He's 20 years older than her. That's just unacceptable. Mr. Algadafskara seems alright. We'll marry him to keep growing our court a little bit. Lovely. 900 ducats already. Let's build some granaries. Granaries will increase our food stores and help our cities grow up more. So we'll kind of spread them around all over. What, yeah, let's sort by the number. Rights of nobility law. Oh, I need to pause and queue up some research. You know what? Construction speed, I could use that because I'm making a ton of money. I mean, a little less now, but I got a lot of construction on the go. Yeah, we could build another chancery. We could get power projection. We could get more culture capacity. Oh, universities. We really want those. I should have gotten them earlier. Merchants and trade. Naval range, trade range. That sounds wonderful. We can unpause now as we explore the tree a little bit. Disease resistance. That's great. Lose less people to those pesky disease outbreaks. I think the art school is good too, but I feel like we can't build as many of them. But it gives us cultural tradition, which we want. Stone output, national assemblies is a government reform. Gets us innovative, free subjects, gets us more support in the parliament. That's a nice reform. That might be better than the one that we picked for tax. I'll stick with the tax one for now. Brema has gotten claims on us. It's almost alarming, except Brema is small potatoes. So over here, let's get the barks. And these two, expanding the RGOs. Impertinent demands. Our annexation of Mecklenburg will be slower. Let's get early carracks and barks so that we can get some real big ships. Maximum ship strength to repair at sea. Can we repair ships at sea if we get that? Let's get it. 15, that'll keep us researching for a while, won't it? We barely have anything in banking. I guess we need rag paper. The Hansa spying on us. Bureaucracy laws sounds good. What else do we have? Max literacy. We should probably have gotten that before number 22. But we'll do what we do. Oh, and we need infiltrate administration. I don't think we really need support rebels. It's very expensive. Texts are coming in quickly now. We did get a new law. Curtail rights of the nobility. We can curtail them to increase taxes on them and block them from cabinet. I don't think I want to do that. I want to have the option of hiring them. Electorate. We get legitimacy, they get satisfaction, they get power, which is not wonderful. And we unlock some succession laws. A type of succession law of a monarchy in which the new ruler is selected by the nobility. Only members of the ruling dynasty are eligible to be elected. Rules for life, allow male. Current ruler is ignored. Interesting. Eligible characters are ranked by their stats. Elective succession, same but not limited to the family. Chosen based on their stats, and then if their father was historical, which I think is all gone now, or if the parent is the ruler. Country is destabilized. Stop losing stability. Stop losing random people. Rural nobility. Nobility, noble estate equilibrium +2. Noble power +5. Fort maintenance -20. Serfdom +10. Or strengthen the nobility. The crown blocked from cabinet. These are all kind of terrible. Maybe I shouldn't have researched this rights of the nobility. Maybe I should have given the nobility no rights at all. I guess we'll go rural because it's the most kind of balanced. And at least they'll pay more for their forts. The aristocracy is not an enemy of the government, but an extension of the central power, giving them the right to rule over the rural areas while separating from national concern, ensures a distinct separation of roles in the government. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Let's do it. 3 years ago, so 2 years until a new parliament. We're up to 37 crown power. That's quite nice. Let's see if we can build another warehouse. We can. Actually, can we build... We do have those guys. We're looking for the chancery. That's quite expensive, but we can build it in the capital for a bonus. Oh, parallel authority. I think this is a bad event, isn't this? Burghers are not the sole authority within their cities, as the clergy also have a strong presence that dates back to each town's initial founding. Conflicts sometimes arise when the councils of the burghers implement rules that the clergy disapprove of. Such conflicts have become more and more commonplace, and members of the clergy are openly acting in defiance of the various rulers that the burghers have agreed upon in their cities. Delegates from various cities dominated by the burghers are now urging us to clarify the situation. Side with one or the other. Well, the clergy don't pay any taxes, so they do not get my support. That's how I roll. I needed more armories, don't I? A lot of people throughout the land ready to sign up for service. Their chancery max level. What was that? Was that a burger building? Yeah, the chancery. We can level it up for 164. Is that price of lumber down? Oh, yes, it is. Look at that. It's going up steadily. Jeez, it was at minus, what, 5, minus 6, and now it's at minus 25 after we, you know, made our advance into Norway here. Support for the Grand Navy. Faster ship construction. I'm not sure how many ships I really need. I want this chancery. Chancery does what exactly? Literacy for nobles, burghers, and the efficiency of our cabinet. Absolutely want that. Yeah. Go away, Sweden. Is it just Sweden? Where's, it looks like Bohemia are fighting again. They're fighting Pisa. There they go, marching a big death stack around Italy. Taking one province and then leaving. That's not how you win these wars, Bohemia. You need to siege them down. Do they even have a castle? What's that? That's a castle in Pisa. Do they have a castle in Lucca? They do. Well, you do you, Bohemia. Who's Gelry fighting? Trier? Netherlands and Trier. Well, these guys aren't calling me into their wars at all, so, you know, you're allowed to do that. Let's raise, spend some of our diplomats. Check our antagonism map again. Is Lithuania angry at me? +2. Not too much. Estonia. I could start making moves on the Livonians and the Teutons. Oh, Bohemia just calls me in exchange for favors. That's great. I don't think I owe you any favors, Bohemia. But I have a nice standing army. I'm happy to get them some experience. We'll turn their drilling off and get them marching down there. I don't know how effective we're going to be against Italy. We're not going to be able to resupply or anything. But we've got plenty of cannons, so we can go siege something. Doesn't look like the other side has much. They're just getting pushed around by that big Bohemian doomstack. Generous merchant family. One of the greatest and richest merchant families in Denmark have decided to reward us for our just rule with a sizable donation. As well-respected traders who built their fortune from commerce, the family has developed a reputation as generous patrons of religion and the arts. Now with this newfound wealth, we can strengthen our coffers or give patronage to the new talents. One artist, Magnus Bjornsson, has begun to achieve some renown in local circles, and claiming his service could be quite the boon for the court. Magnus is a skill 82. Is this a writer? A workaholic. Creation speed. Well, I don't know if my artists have created anything, but sure. Let's see what you can do, Magnus. Oh, we got another parliament for Copenhagen. The noble arts. These all stink, so we'll go for pop growth from the census. And do we have any good options here? Not really. Plutocracy is pretty good, but we're trending up strongly towards aristocracy. Reduce opinion. That's like nobody cares. That's free. Here, let's do that. Let's do that. Ooh, the nobles are out of the parliament. How did that happen? Do they not want to participate? They've got 32 strength. I don't know why they'd only bring one parliament agenda and then leave. 32. It's going to be hard to pass this. Yeah, we lose 12 stability. We get shipbuilding speed in the maritime law. Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't care about that either. Let's just fail the parliament. The 12 stability that it'll cost to fail is more than the 7 stability, or sorry, the 12 stability for that policy, that law change, is more than 7 stability from failing, so I've only got 15. I'm not super high on stab. Oh, is it winter? Well, let's go down near the Alps at least, and then we'll cross the Alps in the spring as it thaws. Power projection. Banned books. I will not burn the books. We like books. No, I don't want colonial. I want the winter map mode. Yeah, we can go through... Okay, we can go through everything now. Winter's over. Well, let's get in there. Oh yeah, they're running out of food. I should have built them some supply carts. They can't move up there? Oh, there's a fort on Tumyek. Well, now that we remember that we need food good. Oh no, the king died. Hold on. Let's get 6 food carts for our army. Sad news, King Valdemar V has died at the age of 59. That's a good age, one of my older kings. He was king of the Kingdom of Denmark. His late majesty died while the navy was in Kattegat. Undoubtedly, he has taken many of his secrets to his grave. Cryptic. His son, King Ingvar, age of 39, will now rule our glorious country. His Majesty's attention to detail and superior administrative skill will aid us in maxing our taxing. Look at that, an 80. He is quite the administrator, isn't he? We like to see that. Well, as is tradition, we'll put the king in charge of the Danish Navy. Tour the shipyards and whatnot. And we'll commission some new ships for His Majesty. 5 new ships bring us up to 26. Peace with Mantua. Am I getting anything? Do I get any participation in this war? Bohemia's 87. No, nobody else has anything, so I don't get anything from them. Look at that enormous alliance. Where am I? There. Way, way down the list. Well, we'll run this siege. We're helping with our cannons a little bit. Are our cannons beat up? Yeah, they're down to 273. They took some winter attrition there. Let's rally the wagons. I see you in PA. Improved relations with the Netherlands. Let's improved relations with Hungary and with France. We haven't visited them in a while. Maybe England too. Oh, England. You've had a bite taken out of you. That must hurt. Yikes. Poor England. Grant export licenses. Instead of paying cash to the nobility, another option is to allow them to collect special revenues, such as from foreign trade, from which they can make profits. This was a terrible deal, wasn't it? Oh no, it's not that bad. Privileges have to be earned. Yeah, sure. It's a net minus 2.5, whereas the other one was a net minus a lot more. December 6th, let's get our wagons on down there. Get down to the Alps, guys. We can cross in the new year when the weather improves. The siege is over. They are crumbling. Look at this. Are they marching into Treviso? I don't think that's very smart, guys. Aquilia will pay war reps. Give 1 province. What can I do here? Better not march me into them. Ooh, it did. So, our regulars of 2,600 are engaging 5,700 of the enemy. We're attacking. We get no penalty. I really want to see how effective these regulars are. So Footman Levy, he's 1 and 2 and gets a strength bonus. Peasant Levy is 1 and 2 with no bonuses. How big were they? 600 and 1,000. 78,000, 1,000. Peasant levies only. Horse levies, yeah, 33, so they're pretty insignificant. And then these other, it's all levies on their side. So the frontage, each unit takes up 2 on the front. Where's our frontage? I don't think, yeah, okay, sorry. So the start of the battle, all of our cannons line up, and the cannons shoot first. And so, can we go down to 1? Can we go down to 1 speed? I guess not. Let's get out of the battle and go in. Oh, it automatically goes to 2. Okay, fine. So the cannons shoot first, and then the troops take to the field and start slugging it out. So we're doing a lot more kills here, and that's a 5 on 6, 2 on 3. So we're rolling less and killing more. I want to have a look at this. Zealand regular infantry are killing 3. Killing 3. Cannons killing 4. Did my cavalry get all moved around? No, where's my cavalry? I thought I had 2 per flank. Maybe they took attrition. Noble cavalry killing 15 and 9. They've taken some damage. They're down to 57. And our other cavalry killing 15 and 15. Meanwhile, their side killing 2 and killing 3. So with 1,000 peasant levies targeting one of my men-at-arms, 200 strong, sorry, they're killing 3. Whereas number 15 Zealand infantry, who is that? Must be them. They're also killing 3 with only 168. So, this is on the old patch, and they're making some military changes now. But on the old patch, the regulars are definitely stronger from early on, because we're taking on larger numbers, and we are dishing out the pain to them. We're collapsing this flank. We're collapsing this flank. It is a bad day to be... Who is this, Verona? Yeah, a Veronese peasant fighting the mighty Danish army here. 800 casualties on my side, 3,000 on theirs. That's quite the ratio. But at the same time, we are severely depleted. We're down a lot of men. We're supposed to be at 2,700. These guys are taking attrition too. Why are they taking attrition? Just winter attrition? Well, let's get out of there. Let's get back into the light winter. This is normal winter, and dark is mild winter. Get over into the mild winter, guys. Yeah, mild winter is way more comfortable, isn't it? So we have a siege going on, so we'll just wait that out. We'll wait for these Alps to thaw so that we can pass. There we go. Let's get down there. Verona is out of the war. Who is still in this war? Just Pisa? Okay, I'm not gonna... Let's go home. There's nothing left for us here. This war's over. They're getting vassal swarmed. There's no point. There's no need for me to go down there. There is no need at all. Oh, we assimilated Schleswig. We turned everybody into into Germans. I forgot about that. We weren't supposed to do that. We were supposed to keep some of these Holstadians. Look at this. We're getting a lot of natural conversion. I'm not doing anything to these towns, but they're attracting the Danes. And these other provinces are converting too. So that's all based on our cultural tradition, right? Let's have a look at that. The Holstadian culture has 0 tradition. The Danish culture has 52 influence. So influence is like your cultural attack, quote unquote, and tradition is your cultural defense. So with 200 points, it's kind of difficult to convert Danes to anything else. But with 0 tradition, the Holstadians have little keeping them German and are ready to convert to other cultures. Very interesting. Where is my cabinet? Oh, I don't have a cabinet member on there anyways. What do we want to do? Assimilate pops, encourage. Let's just develop province in the capital. And we need to appoint a cabinet member. We'll appoint Mr. Albert, Uncle Al. He seems reasonably competent and put together. We'll get these ships out at sea, join the fleet. Oh, come on, I don't want to keep... Alright, we gotta change our automations because it keeps kicking the king off of our navy. We are no longer going to automate admirals. Let's merge these guys and then take them home. Are they replenishing at all? They are. So in friendly territory, we do get replenishment. They got maxed out. What about in Brandenburg? In neutral territory, they do not. And then they cross into our border and we get 22, much more than 7. Austria-Småland are broke. Sure, we got money. You can have some money. Let's park the army here on the mainland. Get them drilling. Will they replenish? They did go up some, yeah. Peace offer from Pisa. No. We're sticking in it to the end, Pisa, with our 1% contribution. 1.29%. Thank you very much. Okay, let's expand the outliner again. How is our annexation going? Almost there. We've almost finished annexing Mecklenburg. Exiles in Muscovy. One of our guys, Magnus Av Copenhagen, with excellent stats. Where was he? He could have been in my cabinet. Get out of here, you traitor. Let's do the thing with the cultures on these new vassals. These ones are Norwegian, so we'll embrace the reputation. We're building up some more money. Let's build some RGOs. I haven't built them in a little while. Cows. Anything that's profitable, basically. Anything profitable and where we're not totally depeasanted. Our courtier's cousin. Can we send her to a foreign country? Send her to Provence. Or maybe Bavaria would be more useful. Or Hainaut is closer. I feel like Hainaut is not healthy. I thought that the Netherlands had kind of conquered them. I feel like the Netherlands are not healthy. Did they lose land? We'll send her to Provence in any case. Marry into the Anjou family. What happened here? Hainaut has cores. The Netherlands has cores. Did you guys lose that? Ooh, no, they lost cores over here. Going into Eiffel. Is that it? The Bishopric of Trier has expanded their hold, reaching through to Liège. A disgusting snake. They should be punished for that kind of border gore. But Bohemia is too busy fighting Pisa. Unmarried adult heir. Oh my goodness, this guy is a moron. Oh my gosh. Maybe we should have gone for the elective law. Maybe we should just change that. Maybe we should change it next parliament. So that we can avoid this clown. Oof. I don't know about this guy. Hang on. You. Can we knight you? You're a general. We'll knight you in the Croatian knightly order. Did that get you any stats? It's supposed to get you more stats. Maybe it only gets like major characters' stats. We'll get you a wife, why not? No stats on the monthly rollover either. Maybe it only works on other characters. Maybe I should read some of these events a little bit closer. The Prince... Oh, no, we missed out on her. Holy cow. Lower Bavaria? Upper Bavaria? Oh, she has excellent stats. That'll balance out for the king being an imbecile. Maybe I need to pay more attention to these kids. Maybe I can put him on a boat and go sink him and get rid of him that way. Gediminas Astridon is 16. Our ruler's other son. Oh, right, because we married into the Lithuanian family. Yes, that's it. We're trying to get a union on Lithuania. I remember now. Let's, in recognition of the need to invade other parts of the Baltic, we can support, what is that, 18 more ships? 15? We can support a bunch more ships. The Philosopher's Stone, I'm not really interested. We're moving towards traditionalists slightly. I don't know. Let's try to cure diseases. I didn't want to do that. I wanted cogs. I want ships to move my army. I'm going to need... What, they have 250 transport capacity, I think? The cog? Can move 250. And I have, what, 3,000 strong, give or take? 18 and 6, and 18 and another 12 is 3,000 even. 3,000 is 6 sets of 2, so that's 12 cogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, the university. Another important piece of cultural tech to give us more cultural influence. I want to get this last cog ready. The Philosopher's Stone. The alchemists have come back empty-handed, wasting an incredible amount of state funds in search of a delusion. In fear of punishment for their folly, they have escaped to a neighboring country, presumably to ask them for funding too. What nonsense. I paid them 500 ducats. But this was not an entirely fruitless endeavor. Their workshop is littered with unrelated but otherwise useful research, alongside a large amount of raw goods that were presumably used for the alchemical task we handed them. We've already repossessed them, even if they may not make up for the costs incurred. We get medicaments, gems, and 10 research process. That's a lot of gems, so that's not too bad. Ooh, push societal values towards Navy by reforming the Navy. Plans are being made for a minor reform of our Navy. New tactics, weapons, and commands are some of the areas being discussed to improve our combat efficiency. Give us more of a naval focus. And give me that final cog. Elena Pelagios, our niece. She doesn't have particularly amazing stats. Do we have anyone worth marrying around court? Maybe another Skara? Maybe Frederick Wilhelm von Halmstad? Sounds German. He is German. Holstadian. Yeah, sure. Let's marry him. Antagonism received modifier. That's nice. Oh, do I have to vote on it? Of course I vote on it. There's no downside, right? Was that? Did I just see heretics on the map? Not in my country. There better not be any. Society, religion, 100% Catholic. That's what we like to see. Oh, I forgot. I was going to... I can claim the throne of Milan. I don't want to, though. Can I get... I can't get Lower Bavaria. Well, I could get Lower Bavaria, I guess. Are they, in some part of a union? They have a Lower Bavarian union with Plock. How pointless. No, but that's silly. Bavaria's too far. So who is this? This is my ruler's son. The slightly less dumb one? Does Agnes, are her bad stats being inherited by her kids? Because he's not too bright, and he's not too bright. I don't know. Who else do we have? We don't have any good local nobles, so we'll have to import someone. Nuremberg, she's a fool too. Vorpommern's our vassal. That's not really getting us anything. Well, we can't get anyone interesting for him. Our ruler's distant cousin? You know what? We have to go for the Bavarians because they could at least be allies at some point. So we go click on Bavaria and we click on the one with better stats because apparently maybe that matters. I would like to get a parliament done before I end this. I'd like to try and switch up my laws because I am not satisfied with the inheritance situation. In fact, let's get rid of Privy Council and let's bring in... Oh no, I don't have it yet. Never mind. I wanted to bring in national assemblies that we saw on the research page, but I didn't research it. But that would give me more, less parliament support needed, I should say. So I guess we pass it at 45 instead of at 50%. Come on, we need to reform the succession law. Who do we have a CB on? Milan. We don't care. Select a new succession law. Oh, okay, I see. Favored son succession. So I can just put it on whatever heir of mine has the highest stats. That's not horrible. Matrilineal non-exclusive. Partition inheritance. Interesting. Interesting. I don't have anybody really great. We have Albert. And Albert's kids are all... Yeah, they're all Estridsons. So we could punt it over to Uncle Al's line of the family. Perhaps. But we would need to change the law on, what was it, noble rights? Estate laws? Yeah, rights of the nobility. Freethinkers not persecuted. We get freethinkers. 15% research progress. Excellent. We're getting a bunch of research. I don't know, what does this do? Satisfaction? Sure. The first time, the Estridson brush it off, but when it keeps happening a second and a third time, one does begin to wonder, why are people laughing when they think no one can hear them? After some investigation, an answer finally obtained from a chambermaid. It appears that Crown Prince Valdemar has been running around town in a most un-Christian fashion, and that the royal family is now becoming the laughing stock of Europe. Valdemar, you imbecile. You imbecile. We'll take the legitimacy because we have so much free legitimacy from that Danish law or Danish advance that it goes up pretty quick. We'll organize our transport fleet. Okay, so 12 ships. Let's get over here. Let's make sure that you're big enough. Yes, you do fit. That's what I like to see. So we now have an invasion fleet to carry our mighty invasion force. Let's move them up a little bit so that they're on the same sea tile over here. Brema have another threat, CB. We don't care. We need more docks. Our ruler's younger sister. Well, she's quite capable. Can we just, like, make her the heir and do that? Who do we have in court? No, she's a sister. Oh, the Crown of Aragon. The Duchy of Austria. Duchy of Brunswick. Just a courtier in Brunswick. Our ruler's distant cousin. I think that works the best. Advancement of the nobility. The nobility... over the last few decades, a charismatic champion of the nobility has successfully managed to increase the power of the leading families of the nobility over most of the institutions of our country. Contracts and privileges can be powerful things, especially when combined with ambition. So the nobility gained a little satisfaction. Okay, come on, let's get this parliament before I forget about it. 57 months, we're almost there. Our cabinet member died. We have a daughter who's getting a balanced education. Oh, increasing control. Well, we need to appoint a cabinet member to increase control. And we have only fools in the family, so it won't be one of them. Valdemar F. Rebe is pretty good. He's quite the controller. Let's move our control around. Increase control. Yeah, Lubeck is developing quite well. West Jylland also quite well. See about building some RGOs. Unity of Faith. Bohemia is... Oh! Call us into the first French-Bohemian War. Let's get a look at this one. Hang on. The French-Bohemian War. France is winning with the goal of take Gelderland. They have 66,000 troops, along with all of their vassals. 120,000 total. Can we not? They have the... Oh, we have the Pope on our side. I was gonna say. I guess we have to. We can't say no. We can't say no, can we? Oof. Let's, okay, let's get this law changed real quick. We start off with 50. Ask for law changes. It was the rights of the nobility. We're going to give them the noble electorate. And then does that let me change this now? Or do we have to wait? Dynastic elective. I think that's the one we want, right? It costs 50 stability and 50 legitimacy to change our law. But you know what? These sons of mine are imbeciles. They're not fit to inherit this kingdom, this mighty rising kingdom. Candidate gets a random score from 0 to 200 plus their ability scores. Well, let's do it. Okay, well, we're at war. We're going to war with France, aren't we? Can we recover this at all? Change policy to closed borders. We don't want that. Break an alliance with Bohemia. The burghers don't want to go to war with France. Yeah, we'll pause this. We'll wrap it up here. It's a good time. It's been a long episode. We have this lingering issue of joining Bohemia in France or not. Why don't you leave me a comment and tell me what you think we should do? If we should join Bohemia in their defense of Gelderland, which I believe is a province over here. Let's find Gelderland. Oh, we can search for it. Hang on. Gelderland. Yeah, right up here. The county of Gelderland and the province of Gelderland. So France controlling South Holland over here. They've given South Holland to Flanders. And now some of them are attacking for... Somebody's trying to get Gelderland over here, which is currently controlled by who? Apeldoorn? The county of Tiel? I feel like they're a Bohemian vassal. Yes, they are a fiefdom of Bohemia, ruled by the Holy Roman Emperor Henrik VII. So it's the HRE against France. 66,000 against 121,000. 109 ships. 33 heavy ships. An incredible navy on the French side. An incredible army too. But we've been called to arms. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think we should do. If we should join Bohemia and fight France in what is sure to be a difficult war. I would imagine impossible, but let me know. And like and subscribe if you like what you see. I really appreciate everything. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.